Okay, well, it is 7 o'clock. Let's call this Brad Township Organization meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Join us in a moment of silence and let's remember our brother Bob Leitner. We're very gifted to have Bob here in the township as a friend, as a supervisor. He's going to be greatly missed, and we certainly want to remember Bob and Daisy and the entire Leitner family. Thank you. Citizen participation, do we have any at this time? This is for items listed.
You have to appoint the
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, Daisy. Thank you. So yeah, our first step is to appoint a temporary chairman and a temporary secretary. I'll do the chairmanship if someone wants to make that motion.
I'll make the motion for Jim to be temporary chairman and Daisy to be temporary secretary.
Okay. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Okay, now we are at citizen participation. This is for items listed on the agenda.
Sure. So this is about official publication. Can the board please designate an official publication that all meetings will be posted in? If you say to watch the township website, the agenda typically only goes up 24 hours before a meeting. The calendar appointments don't update on the main webpage, I found, and putting meeting announcements in the alternative publication is asking residents to take on an undue burden, such as putting it in Patriot News. The special meeting that was held on the 26th of December was announced in the Duncannon Record the same day as the meeting, and the meeting was apparently held at 10 a.m., which is after when most people get their Duncannon Record delivered. Will we have an official publication for residents to monitor?
Do you have more?
Yeah, I have more.
Go ahead.
Okay. Jim, you didn't want to respond at the December 17th meeting if there was an official resignation letter and date for the current secretary treasurer. Do we have one now?
Go on, John.
Okay. At the December 17th meeting, Jim, you put documents like the reports and resolutions on the table stating they were there for public review. Right after the meeting, the secretary stormed off with the documents before anyone could review or look at the documents. You told me to make a right-to-know request to see them. I made the request the day after the meeting to see those documents. I still have not provided with these documents and currently have a deadline of January 22nd for a response. I was wondering, why is it that it takes so long to get documents, especially when they're right on the table?
Well, first off, John, to be clear, I recall the conversation, I recall how that evening went, and you came up for those documents, you're correct.
Mm-hmm.
I, however, did not tell you to do a right-to-know request. You said, your words were, I guess I will have to do a right-to-know request, and I just acknowledged that. That's
Okay.
different than me telling you to get
Okay.
a right-to-know request.
That's fine.
Okay.
But still, is there not an issue with documents were on the table and now I'm almost a month in and or just short of a month in? So
You want to?
anyway, that's all I have, those three.
Okay, all right. Thank you for your comment. On that right to know, Daisy, let's just follow up, get those documents. We do have the right to know request for those.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a
And
separate.
that went to the solicitor and he said do an extension.
Oh, okay, okay, but it's in.
Every right to know goes to the solicitor.
Okay. Then John, it sounds like that one is in the works.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but is there, I mean, the extension is up to 30 days. Is there not a way I could get them before the last day of the 30-day extension? So, just rhetorical for that one.
Okay. That takes us to election of the chairman of the board. If someone wishes to make a motion, I'm willing to do it. If someone wishes to make a motion,
I'll make a motion that Jim be chairman of the board.
Sean makes the motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Brad second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you for your votes. Election of vice chairman. Make a motion again for Sean Fetter to fill that role if he is so inclined.
Yes, I
Okay,
can
do we
be.
have a second?
I'll second.
Brad second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I thought he did good on the 26th.
They did, they were.
Yes, oh, good. Yeah, he's reading the minutes.
Well,
Thank you for that. Yeah, I wasn't able to.
it's
make
easy,
that.
it's easy when it's short.
That's true.
Okay, admin superintendent, I've been doing that. I'll continue if someone wishes to make that motion.
I'll make a motion that Jim be administrative superintendent.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Public safety superintendent, again, I've been doing that and I'm willing to continue if someone wishes to make that motion or if someone else wishes to do it, please.
No, I'll make a motion that you continue in that role.
Okay, do we have a
I'll
second?
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you, gentlemen. Co-road superintendent, so we have two positions. I'll make a motion for Sean, if he would like to be co-road superintendent.
I can continue to do that.
All right, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Brad second, all in favor?
Aye.
Sean is co-road superintendent. Likewise, Brad, would you be willing to be co-road superintendent even in your retirement?
I will.
All right, thanks, brother.
Can you make that
Uh,
motion?
I'm making that motion.
I'll
Do we have a
second it.
Sean will second, all in favor?
Aye.
Thanks, Brad, thank you, Sean. Equipment maintenance superintendent, that has been historically Brad. Brad, are you willing to continue doing
I
that?
will.
All right, that's much appreciated. Do we have I'll make that motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Brad is equipment maintenance superintendent. Solid waste superintendent. Sean?
I'll continue to do that. if
That's much appreciated. I'll make that motion. Brad, do you want to make that motion?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, I'll second that Sean is solid waste, continues as solid waste superintendent. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Sean. Buildings and grounds superintendent, I've been doing that, and unless someone else wishes to do it, I'll continue. Feel free to.
I'll make that motion for Jim to continue being the building.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Thank you again. That takes us to vacancy board chairman. And again, we lost our brother Bob Leitner, and that is as sad and as a loss. He's done. Bob has been vacancy chair for as long as I've been supervisor. I think.
Quite a while.
Right?
Pretty
Or
long
was he
time.
vacant? Well, no, he couldn't be vacancy.
He wasn't
board
one,
before.
you can't,
Yeah, so
once
after
he
10
was
years.
off of a supervisor.
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
It's historically it's been a prior supervisor
Okay.
that didn't have any other involvement.
Okay.
And they're really,
yeah.
it's an important position, but they're not used a lot.
All the time.
Yeah. So I'll make a motion, a good man here in the township, good person in the township, Eddie Lingle, to fill as vacancy board chairman. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Brad second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Oh.
Excuse me. So we have a resolution 2501, and this is for appointment of our independent auditor, Smith Elliott Kearns. Perform an annual audit for the fiscal year beginning in January 2024 and ending in December 31st, 2024. And said township has advertised its intent to appoint this firm. I'll make a motion to approve resolution 25-01. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Brad second, all in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 2501 is hereby passed. Thank you. That takes us to recognition of elected auditors. So I'm going to need to abstain from this one since Catherine Sabo is one of the three and she is my spouse.
You're
So-
just recognizing them.
Okay,
You're
so I could just recognize,
Right.
okay,
Because they're already elected.
that's true, that's true. Okay, well, then if that's
They're
good,
recognized.
then I'll make the motion to recognize our elected auditors, Catherine Sabo, Deborah Lucas, and Vicki Broughton. Do we need a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Thanks again for those ladies doing that valuable job. That's,
And now this one, you
Appreciate it.
really should to give them direction as to what to do, even though it's, the pay rate of supervisors working as employees is in the second-class code. You're also telling them to conduct an audit of the local elected tax collectors' books. So it's just some direction to the elected auditors,
okay, so this is,
authorizing them to do.
this is authorization to the three elected auditors to reorganize, which I think is tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow morning at 9, I
Tomorrow
hope we can
morning
get
at 9.
it.
Oh, yes, okay. To reorganize and establish pay rate of supervisors working as employees of the township at their organization meeting to be held, yeah, right there, Wednesday, January 7th.
It
At
should
9
be
a.m.
It should be Tuesday, I'm sorry. That's
Oh,
Tuesday.
hey, that's a good catch, yep, thank you.
Must have
Right
been
past that.
Wednesday.
It was Wednesday last year.
Yeah.
At 9 a.m. and to review, excuse me, the tax duplicate and establish dates to conduct an audit of the local elected tax collectors' books. So we need a motion.
I'll make that motion.
You'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Brad second, all in favor? Aye. Motion is approved. Recognition of time capsule custodians, Levi Lingle, Ethan Lingle, Emma Lingle, Bradley Derrick Sloop, Luke Fisher, Jovi Fry, Tenley Fry, Addison Graffensberger, Colin Graffensberger, and Rowan or Rowan? Rowan Graffensberger. To be opened in 2066, which is our 300th anniversary.
It's mainly just to keep it in front of everybody, that's why it's on here, so we
Okay.
don't lose track.
But do we motion
Just
for
to
that?
recognize them.
Yeah, make a motion to recognize those folks and thank them for their future service,
Yeah.
a little ways down the road. Do we have a second?
I'll
Go ahead, Sean.
second.
Sean, second, all in favor?
Aye.
That'll be my 100th anniversary.
You're 100th. Wow.
You'll be 100.
Yeah.
You might be here, you don't know. You
You
might not want to be
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Sorry, which we're doing.
Right.
Okay, that takes us to appointment, reappointment, reaffirmation of the following secretary treasurer. Make the motion to continue Daisy Leitner at this time. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Brad second, all in favor?
Aye.
Daisy, thank you.
You're welcome.
Approve the treasurer's bond limit set for 2025 of $275,000. Make a motion for that bond limit.
I'll second.
Sean second, all in favor?
Aye.
Treasurer's bond of $275,000 is approved. Sewage enforcement officer, again, how long's FSA been?
Gosh, it used to be Madden, we were with Madden and had Lenny then, and FSA's been around for quite some time now.
Yeah.
But Lenny's been around even longer.
Yeah, right.
Anything you need to know about subject, Lenny knows.
Sure.
Good.
Lonnie does a great
Yeah,
job.
I was just gonna say, they've been doing a wonderful job.
And then
so-
his alternate is Matt Eck.
Okay, so I'll make a motion to appoint FSA, Frederick Siebert and Associates, Lenny Sizer and Matt Eck as the alternate sewage enforcement officer. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Brad second, all in favor?
Aye.
Those two gentlemen are appointed and their term. And then sewage enforcement officer fee schedule, which is resolution 2502.
Which is that?
That's right.
That's from them, yeah. Actually, did it change from last year?
It went up a little bit on a couple of them, but nothing major. The small flow treatment facility testing went up, but that's because he told me they keep
These are all
charging.
just pass-throughs. Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
like a
they
township.
just
Yeah.
passed through,
Yeah.
but that went up because the fees for the lab.
For the testing went
Yeah,
up.
went up.
Of course it did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, small flow treatment small flow sewage treatment facility, 185. Okay, make a motion to approve resolution 25-02, which is that a separate form, Daisy? Or?
No,
No,
she
that's
has,
it.
she has it right there.
Okay.
Right on what he said.
Perfect. Yeah, so, I'm sorry, make a motion to approve resolution 25-02. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Brad, second, all in favor?
All right.
Resolution 25-02 is approved. Taking us to zoning officer, code enforcement officer. JHA Companies and Max Stoner. Make a motion to continue utilizing JHA and Max Stoner's services. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
JHA and Max Stoner are approved. Get too far ahead of us. You all caught up? Okay. Zoning Administrative Secretary Daisy, are you willing to,
Yes.
you're willing to do that,
Yeah.
continue doing that? Thank you so much for that. I'll make a motion to appoint Daisy Lightner as zoning admin secretary. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Go ahead.
Sean second, all in favor?
Aye. Yep.
Thank you again, Daisy. It's approved. Floodplain Administrator and alternate floodplain administrator. Gordon as the primary and Daisy as the alternate. I'll make a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Brad second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Mainly, I just do the paperwork.
Okay, that's-
Gordon takes care of that. He speaks another language to them. We actually were audited this year. They're getting stricter
Okay.
with, they've changed the floodplain maps and the wetlands and that kind of thing. So I said, they wanted to talk to us and, actually, Gordon knew. I mean, he just,
Gordon's on it.
we were there, and I think he was here maybe 2 hours that one afternoon.
You go there, yeah.
Yeah, he's on it. He's your man for that.
I'm just turning my phone ringer down. I forgot to do that. I started. Driveway permit officer, Mr. Eric Simmons. I'll make a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Eric is appointed to continue being driveway permit officer. Perry County Council of Government reps, and the alternate. Daisy as primary, Sean as
Yeah,
alternate.
Nancy doesn't want it anymore.
Nancy doesn't?
No. Is that okay with you, Sean?
Well,
I'll
We
make a
have to have
motion.
an alternate.
yeah, that's fine.
sure?
Yeah. Hey, why
that-
not?
is
Why
that-
not? I'll make it. I'll
You're making the motion? You'll-
I'll make
It's
a
good to get
motion.
involved.
Well, I'll second that before you have a chance. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, seriously, thank you, Sean.
Aye.
Thank you, Daisy. Collector of 511 taxes per capita, Rebecca Schulze, tax collector for 4% of the amount collected. I'll make that motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Sean second, all in favor?
Aye.
Well, she's the elected tax
She
collector.
said
Yeah.
what you're setting is the percentage.
Okay.
Okay, make that motion then for
Yep.
4% collected. All right, that's approved, thank you. Collector of 511 taxes earned income, Capital Area Tax Collection Bureau for 2% of the amount collected. I'll make that motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Sean second, all in favor?
Aye.
That one is also approved. Collector of residential solid waste income, that's PAMS, Pennsylvania Municipal Services Group. Do Do we have a motion? Oh, solid waste superintendent?
I'll make a motion
Do
for
we have a
that.
second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, Pam's is approved. 2025 trash rate schedule, resolution 25-03 we have here, thank you. Residential, regular residential rate $59, double residential 2 cans, $118. Senior residential rate 48, and low income rate 35. Commercial rates, low volume weight is 155, moderate volume / weight is 225, and high volume / weight is 295. All rates shall be effective on 1 January of 2025.
And this is what the budget also was calculated on.
I'll make a motion to accept resolution 2503.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Resolution 25-03 is approved. Representative to collector of earned income, and then also the alternate. So Daisy as the primary and Sean Fetter, again, as the alternate.
That's cap tax.
Yeah, okay.
Is that-
I'm fine with that. I'll make a motion. I'll make a
That's the
motion for that.
Okay, well,
I'll second.
Brad second, all in favor? Aye. Thank you, Sean.
That's
Thank you,
really
Daisy.
actually very important to have representation there, because that's the largest revenue that we pull in.
That you get, yeah.
Well, thank you. And then representative to tax collection commission, and the alternate to the tax collection commission. Again, Daisy Lightner is primary, Sean Ferrer is second, or alternate rather. Make that motion before Sean.
I'll
Says no.
I'll second.
You'll
it.
second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you again, Sean, thank you,
Who
Daisy.
seconded that?
I
Did
did.
you?
Sean.
I did.
Oh, Sean did, okay.
All right. Emergency Management Coordinator, so Jim Cassidy, and for Assistant Deputy Emergency Management Coordinator, Kurt Whitmer. He'll make-
Weren't they gonna flip that?
Not
Or
until
no, not
Kurt
until Kurt
gets-
gets, okay, that's
Oh,
fine.
okay.
No, I'm just,
Well, for the time
They
being.
do eventually.
They do plan to do
They do
that,
plan
right?
to do
Yeah.
that. I think Jim said like in 2 years.
oh, okay.
Oh, that-
Okay, well, that's
okay.
fine. Okay.
That's what he said, he might have
Okay.
changed his mind.
Yeah. I'll make a motion for those two.
Okay, I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Legal counsel. I'll make a motion that we continue with Mike Pykosh as our township solicitor. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Brad second, all in favor?
Aye.
That one is approved. Engineer for plan reviews, JHA Company, again, Max Stoner. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Sean makes the motion. Second?
I'll second.
Brad second, all in favor? Aye. Engineer for plan reviews is JH Company and Max Stoner. And then planning commission member, so we've got 2 folks up for 4-year terms. Sue Crisp, Crisp. I was getting ready to say Tom Grappenberger. Sue Christ with a T and Tom Grappensberger. Make that motion.
Did you talk to them?
Yes, I
Okay.
talked to both of them,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Stu and Tom are continuing on planning commission. Planning commission secretary and assistant planning commission secretary. So planning secretary is Kimberly Charles, as it's written here. And assistant is Daisy Lightner. Make a motion to approve both of those. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Brad second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Zoning hearing board member, 5-year term, Jerry Oberdorf. Okay, make that motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Jerry is appointed to zoning hearing board.
Yes, and JT checked with him, he was good with it.
Okay.
Hey,
probably
guess
good.
what, you're on.
You're on?
No, he said it would be okay.
Okay.
And then Park and Recreation Board, Natasha Fry for Another 5-year term? She's been on for a while too,
She's been
right?
on for a while.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Nancy said she didn't know if she was going to take the whole 5 years, but she can always resign midstream,
Yeah.
you know, they're so busy with their
With their
children.
kids, yeah.
Okay. Well, appreciate her serving.
Yes.
So I'll make that motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Brad, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Chief Admin Officer of the Pension Plans, Daisy, you're willing to continue doing
Yeah.
it? Okay, much appreciated. I'll make that motion then. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Brad, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Daisy will continue as Chief Administrative Officer of the Pension Plans. Excuse me. Selection of main depository. Tories. Mid-Penn Bank Mid-Penn Bank Resolution 25-04. Any commentary to that, Daisy?
Just the
like
fact
this-
that, you know, we use these banks so everybody knows that these are the main depositories that we have our accounts in and our, you know, CDs, checking, savings.
Okay, and just to make it easier to follow, so we're talking about Resolution 2504 for Mid-Penn Bank, 2505 for Bank of Landisburg, and 2506 for Penny and Bank.
Yes,
So
3 here.
I think we can make a motion to adopt all 3 of those at one time. I don't see why we
Yes.
couldn't, so I'll make that motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Brad, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Resolutions 25-04, 05, and 06 are hereby approved.
Actually, here, start that one. Wow. It looks like there's multiples here.
Yeah. Top page of that one. Bottom page.
Oh, for that, just sign
What's
it
that?
on the top. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, they like to see your signature.
Way. Way. Should be one of those.
That's one.
Does Brad have it?
And the other, yeah,
Did we
Brad
have
has
all-
the other.
that's
two.
all 3?
Yeah, the other ones are just one page each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. You already signed.
All right.
Thanks for those, Daisy.
Yeah.
Certification of delegates for the Hershey Convention from May 4th through the 7th. State Association, oh,
It's
hang on.
actually later this year. It's
Yeah, it's
usually
in
in
April,
April.
but they moved it to May,
They moved
yeah.
it to May.
Okay, so State Association Convention delegates, myself, James Sabo, Sean Federer, and Brad Sloop.
And you can always add, you know,
Okay.
someone to that.
Okay, I'll make a motion for those 3 as listed. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, convention delegates is approved. State Association Convention voting delegate.
Did Sean do that?
Yeah.
I did that
last year.
Yeah, you know, and really, once you hit a stride, and you're like.
I could do it again because I would like to go at least one
Would
day,
you?
so, and that's fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's
Okay, well,
That
I'll
would be
make that
great.
motion then, that Sean is State Association Convention voting delegate. Seriously, thank you
That's
for doing
fine.
that.
Yeah, I
Very
should
much appreciate
designate
it.
that, so, yeah.
Thank you.
Then I second.
And Brad second, all in favor?
Aye.
You're locked in.
Yeah. That's actually a good deal, really.
County Association Convention, which is Saturday, September.
That we don't know.
2025. We don't.
They don't
date
tell us
TBA.
till
Yeah.
later.
Okay. James Sabo, Brad Sloop, Sean Feder, Rebecca Schulze, if available. I'll make that motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, establishing of meeting dates for this year, not the coming year, this year. Fourth Tuesday of each month at 7 PM, except for the following. May 26th, which is Memorial Day weekend, will be rescheduled to Tuesday, May 20th. November 25th, which is Thanksgiving, meeting will be rescheduled to Tuesday, November 18th. And December 25th, which is of course Christmas, rescheduled to the third Tuesday, which is December 16th. Make a motion to approve those three, well, the overall meeting dates, except for those three exceptions, which are changed. Make that motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Go.
Sean, second?
I'll second.
Sean.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And then additional supervisor workshops to be scheduled on the second Tuesday, morning of the month at 7:30 AM as deemed necessary by the Board of Supervisors, except for legal holidays.
I don't think we've ever done that, but that option
Is-
is there.
Yeah.
I think it was more like, what do you want to say, a workshop kind of instruction.
Mhm.
Maybe if you needed to talk to the road crew or
Okay.
something like that.
Okay.
Is how that came about.
Well, since the example was, the road crew was one of the co-road supervisors, like to make that motion.
I'll make that motion.
You like the second? that
I'll
motion?
second.
All in favor? Aye. On page 4, home stretch. Hopefully the snow's not flying crazy out there. Can see.
Doesn't look like it.
2026 budget meetings to be held on October 9th and October 23rd, and if deemed necessary, October 3rd, Halloween.
No,
Is it gonna be
day
Halloween?
ahead.
It's a day.
It'd be the day before.
It's gonna be- okay.
Yeah, we had it on Halloween this past
Yeah.
year. It's just how it fell.
Yeah.
Okay, so make a motion to have the 2026, meetings for our 2026 budget be held on October 9th, October 23rd, and if deemed necessary, on October 30th of this year at 6:30 PM. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Sean, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, budget meetings are set up, annual spring cleanup dates, Friday, April 2nd, and Saturday, April 3rd.
May.
What did
May
I say?
2nd.
What am I?
You said
It's
it.
5/2
It's
and
my
5/3.
anniversary month, I'm supposed to know that, yeah. It's late, it's snowing, it's all that
It's a little
stuff.
bit early.
Yeah,
The
And
dates,
05
usually
May.
it's a little bit further
Yeah,
into
that's-
the month, but that's the
That's
first
alcohol
Friday and
thing.
Saturday in May.
yeah, so May, pardon my misspeak, May 2nd and May 3rd for the annual spring cleanup dates. Someone like to make that motion?
I'll make that motion.
Sean makes the motion, would someone like to second?
I'll second.
Brad second, all in favor?
Aye.
I actually had some people asking already. I said, I think it'll be the first weekend in May like always, but it's not official yet.
Okay, establishment of payday scheduling. Approve and authorize secretary treasurer to prepare and disperse payroll checks on Wednesday at 1:45 PM following the end of each 2-week bi-weekly pay period. That's the same as we've been.
That's the
this
same as
time.
we've been, yeah.
Make that motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Pay schedule is established. Approve authorized payment of interim expenses. Approve authorized secretary treasurer to prepare and pay interim invoices received up to a maximum of $2,500. And that's the same amount we've had, right?
Yeah.
That's unchanged, especially those with time-sensitive payment dates and those that will receive discounts if paid early. At least 2 board member signatures plus the treasurer are required on all expense checks. Make a motion to approve that. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Brad, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. establish the rate of reimbursement for private vehicle use when on township business. So the current rate is in line with the IRS, which is 67 cents a mile. 2025, the IRS has bumped that to 70 cents a mile. I'm fine with that. I'll make that motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Sean, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Mileage rate is approved. Resolutions. There's gonna be detail with these, right? So we'll, or no? Is there any detail, special detail?
Just that
Typically-
they're maturing and before the next meeting, so I need authorization to take care of
Okay,
them.
okay. Let's do all three at one time then. So resolution 25-07.
Well, you just want to do, you just
It's
want to
clear
do
to
that,
do
you
them
just
one
want
at
to
a
do
time?
that one
Okay,
one at a time.
Okay, all
When we
right.
do the two CDs, I don't care.
Well, actually, yeah, you could do 2507 and 2508 if you wanted to, I
Do
guess.
them one at a time. All
Okay,
right,
it
all right. Now that
doesn't
we've
matter.
totally
We've blown it.
resolutions, let's start with item A. Resolution
Okay.
25-07, road project CD and solid waste CD.
And they come due, I believe, on the 8th. So I don't, till the next meeting, which is the 28th.
You'd be way behind.
Yeah, okay, so I'll make a motion to approve resolution 25-07. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Sean, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 25-07 is approved.
I hope they keep that rate at Bank Liz,
What was
I
it?
think it's 4.1, 13 months, that's not bad.
That's not
I mean, they're
bad.
all coming down, but it's
Yeah.
not bad. Yeah, Bank of Lensburg right now has some of the better rates. but-
Takes us to resolution 25-08, the Elaine Pierson Memorial CD in the amount of $12,625.
That's approximate.
It's currently at 4.25%.
4.25%.
And it's going to Bank of Landisburg at 3.75% for 19 months.
Mhm. I thought that
Motion.
was a pretty
Yeah.
good rate for that amount of time.
Yeah.
Motion?
I'll make the motion for resolution to approve 2508.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 25-08 is approved. Thank you. Taking us to resolution 25-09, the 2025 salary schedule.
Okay.
Some I knew.
Yeah.
Oop, I didn't.
Has any of this changed from previous days we had?
I think Eric's went up by $5.
Driveway permit.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, shoot, right there.
It says, yeah.
But I thought that was worth a little more.
Mhm.
He goes out, I mean, he enjoys it, but, and he doesn't want a heck of a lot,
Okay.
but he's happy. Just, like you said, it helps pay for the gas, you know.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve resolution 25.
Well, no, we got blanks in here though.
Which ones?
Well, you got this one.
You don't have to tell me.
Oh,
Yeah, we gotta fill those in.
And what's happening is, okay, let me think. The first payroll for Johnny would be a regular raise. And then starting what we're in now.
That's
would
when
be the road
foreman, it would actually change
So,
to that.
yeah, so I need, we talked around about it,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't know exactly, I didn't wanna just put down, you know, what my idea was. I thought, I knew approximately.
Well,
And the same way with Brad, he has 2 weeks, you know, for road foreman.
Okay.
2 weeks into the new year, so,
You're in for 2 weeks?
yeah, into the first payroll. No, the first payroll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it goes into the
Okay.
new year.
Yeah,
So he has 2 weeks' pay that would go into the first payroll of 2020.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this something that has to be done this evening? Because honestly,
I really have payroll to do for
Oh, yeah, but I mean,
Thursday.
can we stick with what's current and then adjust based on what does get approved? You know what I mean? In the next pay cycle.
We could, it makes for more work, but
Yeah, because I don't know, have you given any thought to this?
Not any more than just a cursory thought, but I don't, that's no final,
Well, do
that's
you
no final
know,
solution of anything.
do you know what you want to give Johnny for those 2 weeks? Just for the 2 weeks prior to his accepting the road foreman position for the payroll we're in now?
What's John's rate now?
What is John? Yeah.
He's only getting like 2120 something.
Yeah.
like that. It's not a lot. And I realize you were going to bump him up to more to when he assumed that position.
Right, well,
But you
yeah.
didn't have that last time because Brad was still.
Right.
So it's just one of those overlapping things
Mhm.
there.
And I'm sorry, Johnny is at, what did you say?
Around 2120, I think, up and thereabouts. I
And you
try
were-
not to even
you were-
remember their
Their
wages. I always have to look them up. Does that sound about right, Brad?
Yeah, I was at what, 26 something?
26 something,
Yeah, we definitely wanted to bump Johnny.
Yeah,
And if he's
definitely.
okay, and likewise, I'd just assume not vote on this evening, because unless you've got a number in mind, I mean, I
Well,
don't.
I don't know
But we
what's.
certainly wanted to adjust Johnny, and at some point, Bill Storm, Willie.
Willie
wanna
is in his
adjust
probation
also.
period.
Right.
So I knew what that was because you
Right.
announced that at
Yeah.
the meeting. So that one I knew.
And that automatically goes up to whatever after his 90 days,
Right, after
right?
90 days, you talked about a 50-cent raise.
Yeah. I thought we had talked about Johnny already, but again, so many things, do you recall, did we talk about Johnny's
We
raise?
talked about it, but I don't know that we said.
I don't think we settled, the problem is I don't think we settled on a number. I mean,
Set a
that's.
number, but we were hashing around 25.
Okay,
Mhm.
I was fine with 25. Yeah, I thought we did have a number, I didn't
I
want
think
to,
that's what we had
Go
talked
something-
about,
okay.
25
I'll make that much for 25 for John.
for this week, for the second pay.
Yeah, but
Okay, what do you want him to have just in the interim for the 2 weeks, I
oh,
know?
yeah.
Be like,
Oh, I'm just gonna throw this out here. Do $22.50 for the 2 weeks prior to it, and then
Okay.
bump him up to $25 for the.
that sounds,
Well,
that's
why?
up to
Like
you, but that
motion, I'll
sounds good to
second.
me.
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
Well, we need to
That
do
way I
this
can
all.
get his
Right.
check done for him, you know, and not have him wait,
Right.
Oh, yeah, okay.
so.
So that would be
I know
25.
he needs it.
Yeah. Well,
Not that
And- and
everybody needs it, but
he's earned it,
yes, he's earned
definitely-
it, he's earned
Definitely
it.
squared away.
Almost definitely, he's always busy out there. Even Willie, he was out
Well-
there, he was out there, what was that he was doing to the boards
He
on the
was
truck?
saying, no, I showed him the.
Oh, yeah, I did see
Yeah.
that, that was a heck.
Yeah.
He said, come out,
Attention
come
to
out,
detail,
Daisy,
yeah.
look at this, he wanted me to
He's a-
see it, I
he's
said,
a
oh,
good young man,
wow, they
yeah.
look really nice.
So I'm sorry, so this is just for the next several pay, for you, because
Mhm.
you're staying on a little bit.
Yeah,
So,
To go for, yeah,
so we just need a percent
right.
for yourself, Daisy, and also
Right.
for Brad for, I mean, what were we at, 3% was typical?
that's what it was.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with 3%, because that way, it's for a short period of time. and it's,
Wow.
and it's reasonable.
For at the risk of it, I don't know limit or
Yeah,
whatever. I think we ought to make it 4%, but that's just me.
4%, that's 4%.
That's just me.
No,
I'm
that's fine.
saying.
Okay. Do you wanna, since you were handwriting, you got nice penmanship there?
So Brad will be 4% for
Mhm.
2 weeks?
Yeah, but
Okay.
I don't know what it'll do with all that, but
And likewise.
Does that not affect their retirement though?
Minuscule.
But it's by your salary, right?
I think
Okay.
that should be possible.
For 2 weeks, it's not gonna affect much.
I realize she has a 4% increase.
Okay.
Okay, so, Daisy at 4%, Brad 4% for 2 weeks?
2
2 weeks.
weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Taking Johnny up to
22.50 for 2 weeks.
for 2 weeks. And then afterward to 25.
When he assumes the road
Yeah.
foreman job.
Yep.
25, that with the payroll that we're in now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, he'll be tickled. You told me that.
Okay. Well, and we're tickled too, so
Yeah,
it's
Yeah.
earned.
It is,
Yeah.
definitely.
So, I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2509.
I'll second, and you have to abstain since you're affected by it, so
Aye.
resolution. What?
Aye.
Oh, yes. Resolution 25-09 is approved.
All righty, thank you very much. That will save me from
Uh,
doing retro.
Don't have to do anything twice.
Right,
That's,
I appreciate that.
No, we appreciate it too, thank you. And Brad's gonna abstain, so Sean, you sign.
And now next year, you should be able to sign.
he won't have, yeah, he won't have to
Yes.
abstain from anything.
I think that's all the
Okay.
resolutions.
That's it for
That
resolution.
takes us to approval and payment of the bills. So for 2024, Daisy was nice enough to break this out into 2024 and 2025 for clarity. So the general fund, final expense checks. Daisy, you typically read this, so.
18178 to
familiar.
18193 in the amount of $30,965.66. There were no expense checks voided. 2025 general fund expense checks 18194 to 18197 in the amount of $984.25. There were no checks voided. And the 2024 payroll checks that weren't ready in time for the 17th meeting. Check numbers 8445 to 8451 in the amount of $5,873.10. There were no payroll checks voided.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve payment of the bills. Do we have a second?
I'll say.
Brad second, or Brad, are you on any of this? Sorry. Just want to make sure that you weren't.
Yeah, make sure.
Because I missed
you're
that before.
Yeah, it'll,
Oh, no, Johnny Ritter's clothing allowance,
Yeah.
okay.
yeah, I think Brad's good.
not- No, I think he's good.
Okay, sorry, I just
That's
didn't.
all right. That's
I missed that before. Okay, yeah, so, make a motion to approve payment of the bills. Do we have a second?
I'll say.
Brad second, all in favor?
Aye.
Bills are approved to be paid. Thank you for that, Daisy. Taking us to announcements, due to inclement weather, weekly trash collection will be this Wednesday, January 8th, and not tomorrow, Tuesday the 7th. Planning organization and business meeting will be January 7th at 7:30 PM. Elected auditors organization meeting will also be tomorrow here at 9 AM. Rec board organization meeting will be January 13th at 7 PM. Zoning hearing board organization meeting will be January 14th at 7 PM. And the next regular board business meeting is Tuesday. You're gonna have to chair. Yeah.
Ah,
Just realized that. Yeah, so next regular board business meeting is Tuesday, January 28th at 7 PM.
Okay.
All right, we're getting practice.
That's fine. It is what it is.
Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned.
What time is it?
7:50.
7:50.
7:50.